Thank you for tuning into the podcast, and thanks to our sponsor, SS96. Still rocking with us in 2022, and it's so amazing. We appreciate you. SS96 is putting out new merch and still has some of your favorites. Get your Executive Productions t-shirts, Swish Masters t-shirts, as well as Farm Raised Entertainment t-shirts. Don't forget to check out Straight Stoners music, as well as my own release under Executive Productions. It's available on all streaming platforms, and new music is in the works, so stay tuned. Go to ss96.net and use the promo code SWISHMASTERS to get this kind of merch today. Thank you all again. We're grateful. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Swish Masters podcast. I'm your co-host, Zay, the executive producer.
I'm your co-host, Q the Guru. Zay.
What's up, Q?
Got some returning special guests on the podcast today, man.
Absolutely,
Welcome
man.
back to the show.
Welcome back. I got Mr. Kevin Holland and Mr. Peter Dill. Thank y'all for joining us, man. Welcome back to the podcast.
What's up, y'all? Appreciate being back.
Absolutely, man.
I'm through. We really do appreciate y'all just coming back on the podcast. We enjoyed y'all. Our listeners enjoyed y'all as well. So Zay had a great idea to let's put these two great minds together. Let's have just a great overall basketball discussion.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Down for it.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
So as we all know, currently it's All-Star Weekend in Cleveland. We got a lot of young superstars and some that have been around for almost 20 years. So I'm excited. I think this is just a great time for the NBA, for basketball fans in general. Players get the rest. We kind of, get to evaluate where the season is as far as the NBA, college too. But there's a lot of excitement going on. I'm sure you guys know the All-Star rosters. Me and Q have talked about Andrew Wiggins being a starter like a couple of episodes. So I guess we'll just start off like, what are y'all's thoughts on this year's teams and Team LeBron and Team Durant?
Go ahead, Kev.
I guess I'll go first. Andrew Wiggins that was an interesting one. I mean, but you look at the team that's winning. He's averaging 18, 19 points per game. If he's up there. He's having one of his best seasons. So I wouldn't say he's not an all-star. But there's some other guys that I probably would like to see start over him that have been there before.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I was really happy to see him make it his first time, but I was really happy that my boy DeJounte Murray made it. I was happy he got that final spot. I'm down in Texas, like Xavier, and I just watched DeJounte play down to Spurs a few weeks ago against the Nets. And, he does everything in the court, and he is like the heart and soul of that team. So I was really pumped to see him get a spot.
Definitely. That was like my other pick for whoever didn't make it or who I thought was most deserving and didn't get that first selection. But I guess it's unfortunate that guys get injured, but I'm happy to see DeJounte get that respect. Same thing with Wiggins. I think we all agreed, like, starting, no one expected that, but I think he's having a great impactful season for the Warriors, and I'm glad to see him get his nod. Glad to see him just playing confidently. So definitely can't disagree with any of that. Hugh?
Yeah, so we also went over, like, when we discussed it, we went over, like, who we start instead that's on the reserves, and who do we think who would be drafted last, things like that. Surprisingly, the players we thought would be drafted last were not drafted last at all. I don't know if you guys know this, but the player who was drafted last was none other than James Harden. Personally, I thought it was either be Rudy Gobert or Fred VanVleet. That's what we thought.
Yeah.
So, so based on all the drama recently, how you guys think the All-Star game would turn out this year?
I hope
go ahead.
I hope that they get back to playing a little bit harder. I think it was a couple of years ago. Um, maybe it was the year in the COVID pass when they decided they were going to actually play and they were going at it. It was a really good game. I mean, overall, King LeBron is undefeated, right?
Yep. I want to say the past. Well, since they changed the format, he hadn't
Ever
lost.
since,
Yeah,
ever since they started, he's been winning.
I don't think he's lost. So I mean, I'm gonna go with his team regardless. Dude knows how to win.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, just to, I guess, make it interesting, I'll say Team Durant's going to win, so we're not all agreeing on the same thing. But I mean, Team Durant is like the all Twitter team. They got Draymond, they got Joel Embiid, they got KD. It's like the all Twitter team. But the reason I'll pick Durant is they got a lot of guys who are just shooters and shooters and scorers and scorers and scorers. And these all-star games, I feel like this year might be the year it's going to be like someone's going to hit 200 points. And I feel like 1 year ago, someone hit 180 or something. So, if I had to say to pick a team, I'll pick Durant's team because they got dudes who are just going to be throwing the ball up, alley-oop in 2 seconds. LeBron's maybe got like the guys who are amazing and, Jokic and LeBron and Giannis, guys who make everyone better in a regular season. But maybe all-star game, pick the other guys who just have the ratchet.
Yeah. I think it'll be interesting. LeBron just always picks a great team. GM Bron, but I'm interested to see how Team Durant comes out because I feel like they have a lot of the younger dudes, a lot of the guys that are just like first time all-stars, just kind of taking it in and kind of trying to figure out how to approach it. You know what I mean? Like it's sometimes in the all-star game you don't get that competitiveness, like you said, but some guys are like, oh, I'm here. I want to show everybody what I can really do. And I'm hoping that we have a really competitive game. I think that we'll get a lot of good moments out of whatever happens. But I don't know. It's hard to go against Team LeBron. It's really hard. But I hope to see a good game. We were talking about this last week. Like they score ridiculous amounts of points. I definitely think that 200 is doable easily, but if they have a fairly competitive game, they play just a little bit of defense, maybe we won't get to that 200, but like 160, 170, I think is like the scoring range. We'll see.
Right.
But still, I'm excited to see how it goes. Either way.
This is not going to be competitive at all, y'all. You got LeBron, Giannis, Steph. I only see them together on 2K. They about to be together in this All-Star game. And you got DeMar DeRozan, MVP candidate, in my opinion, these days too. And you got Jokic. You got Luka off the bench. And he somehow got James Harden. I'm like...
I mean, but Harden isn't playing.
That's true. I forgot he's not playing. Are they going to have a replacement for him or what?
They replaced him. I just can't remember who.
Yeah, it might have been Fred VanVleet. No.
I think VanVleet.
He's playing. I mean, they had to get another replacement then if he's not playing.
I know they said he wasn't playing. I had to check.
Either way, though, his team's still stacked. Hopefully it's a good game.
Yeah.
And LeBron's in Cleveland. I kind of expect him to somehow get MVP as well. If his team wins. I don't know. Because most of the time, that's how it goes. Whoever the home team is, whoever players from that hometown is going to win. So, like, for example, AD a couple years ago, it was in New Orleans. He won my starting MVP. So, I don't know. We'll see. But it's getting ridiculous. I don't like how these scores are so high. I don't like how defense is not being played.
But, it's an all-star game. It's all entertainment. You got guys that can shoot deep threes. You got guys that are athletic. But I really wonder, besides being acknowledged as an all-star, I wonder how guys like Jared Allen and Rudy Gobert, how they feel out there on the court. Really, when they can't shoot threes, they're known for defense. They can't really play defense.
Right.
So it's just kind of out there. Like I'm sure they enjoy the experience, but they wish at the same time that they could have some highlights out there.
Right. They're just trailing every fast break, trying to catch one off the backboard, being like, "That's my highlight." You, Darius Garland, throw it off the backboard. I'm behind you, bro.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, Harden got replaced by your boy Jared Allen. Q. I forgot to tell you.
Oh, nice. There we go. Because that was one of my gripes in the last podcast. I was wanting Jerry Allen to be in there over some of the other players, but now that he's in there, I'm good.
I got a dark horse MVP for you guys. So I said I think Team Durant's gonna win. I think Team Durant. I think Ja Morant would win the MVP. He's first time out there, wants to ball out. He's got 20-year-old legs and energy. I think he might drop 40 and get the MVP. He's got that all-star type game.
Yeah, Ja is Showtime for sure. I feel like I don't know if he's caught Rudy Gobert at the rim yet, but I feel like that would be a nice challenge. But he'll definitely try it on anyone. That's a good guess. I'm not mad at that one at all. I don't know. It's tough. I'm looking at the roster right now. I'm like not sure. I think another sleeper in my opinion is Devin Booker. I feel like Book is always getting overlooked. They got the number 1 record in the league, and just they lost in the finals, but they were in the finals, and they barely get their respect. Him and CP3, so I feel like he'll have a lot to say. Come out blazing. I think that's my dark horse MVP.
Yeah. If you don't mind, you go ahead.
I got Giannis or Donovan Mitchell.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Either one of those, just because nobody's getting in front of Giannis. Donovan Mitchell has the jump shot and the athleticism. Perfect.
He's gotten a lot better this year. Like turnaround, J, everything. He's got the package now.
Yeah. I could see that. I could see Donovan Mitchell getting like a triple double, 40 points, triple double. Yeah.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
I feel like a real question would be like, are the Jokic brothers going to come out of the stands if someone tries to pin one on Jokic? What's their deal? Do they have courtside tickets? Do we have any update on them?
They need to be courtside for entertainment and security.
They want all the smoke.
Oh yeah.
Man, I'm still waiting for the doubles boxing match with the Morris brothers and Jokic brothers. That would be dope.
That'd be cool.
I buy that pay-per-view.
He's one of the one that he hit is still out, right?
Still, yeah.
I think so.
Markeith.
Crazy.
I hadn't seen him in months, so.
Hey, I just realized Donovan Mitchell is on Team LeBron, and Rudy Gobert is on Team Durant, and apparently they haven't been too happy in Utah lately. So what if Donovan just yams on Rudy Gobert, man? Like, yo, I would be kind of hype, and that would probably destroy the locker room a little bit. But like, I'm just now I'm looking forward to seeing some more things here in the All-Star game. Like, if it's just a blowout, I'll be looking like, okay, somebody dunk on Rudy Gobert. That's all I want to see, I guess.
You have something against Rudy Gobert?
No.
Everybody wants to put one on dude to protect the rim like that. Like Dikembe, everyone wanted to put one on Dikembe and Hakeem and Patrick Ewing. Rudy Gobert's that guy right now that everyone's just trying to make a poster out of. Because he goes after everyone too. He tries to block everything. Long arms flying everywhere. Like, shoot, I want to put one on him too. I mean, I can't no more. My knees are trash, but that would.
Oh, man. Yeah, I think Gobert is just like that villain that everyone is like after. But I mean,
I don't know the reason why though. I don't know.
I don't know. I can't really say why, but Rudy Gobert just gets all the flack. Like Draymond went on TV and
Yeah,
talked
yeah.
about him crying, and he always comes in second place, whether it's the Olympics or losing in the playoffs. It's just like I don't know. Everybody just has it out for Gobert. I don't know why, but it's just cool to see. I guess it's cool to see like a small guard dunk on a 7-footer. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
everyone wants to see that more than a big guy. So that's fair.
Yeah. I want to get y'all thoughts on Saturday night real quick as well. Of course, by the time this is out, but we can still predict winners, I guess. So you got the dunk contest. First of all, our participants are Cole Anthony, Jalen Green, Obi Toppin, and Juan Toscano Anderson. So, what y'all thoughts on the slam dunk contest for this year? I was hoping Ja would participate this year. Oh man, I still say he's not participating. But Pete, what do you think first? And Kev, you can go.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good crew, kind of like a new young guys. Cool to see, Jalen Green and Obi. Like, I'll pick Obi because I'm a Knicks fan,
Right.
and he's Knicks guy. I think that it's hard sometimes for big guys to do crazy dunks. Like, they just a lot of times they jump off of 1 foot and they don't have like maybe the tricks or of a small guy. But I think Obi, he might have a couple up his sleeve. But I hope it's exciting. I think sometimes the dunk contest, people are really harsh on it because it's like up, it's down. Some are really good, some are really bad. And it's like, I hope this is a good one.
I'm going with Jalen Green. I'm going just freakish athleticism. Mixed with a little bit of power in there. And like you said, with the dunk contest, it's either hit or miss, and we like to see Ja Morant in it. I think the past years with some of the judging and some of the scores, I think kind of steers people away from it. Like, if the dunk is good, give it a 50.
Right.
Just give it a 50 and let's just keep it going. Like, just keep it
right.
Run out instead of saying, all right, we got to give somebody else the low score. So we can end this. Like, I had a dunk off, keep it going, because I think that's what we appreciated about Zach LaVine and Gordon. Yeah. That they just kept going back and forth to the point where they were doing the same dunks to try to top each other. So that was what made that entertaining. So I hope the judging is good.
Kev, follow up on that. Let me hear your thoughts on this, guys. All right, so I think, like what you said, I think that in the dunk contest, they should start at a 50, not a 0. So it starts at a 50, and if it's not a good dunk, it goes lower. Like, all right, I'll give that an 8 or a 9 or a 7. But everything should start at a 50, and then it's like, okay, you've hit the mark of what it is, a 50. And then it can go into like, well, now like it's the first one who makes a bad dunk, or isn't it? Because that's easier to see of like, oh, that wasn't a 50. Because then then you can kind of have matchups. Because I feel like once you hit a 50, it's like once you give the 50, it's like it's over. Now it's like, well, that's a 49, that's a 48. But then like guys are getting gypped out. So I think that you shouldn't start at 0. You should start at 50. I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
That's interesting, but I mean, I still think it's going to be the same thing where, even if you start at 50, like the guy's first dunk is really good, then the guy's second dunk isn't as good as his first dunk. So now you're like, well, that's not a 50,
right?
But we all know the difficulty behind it,
right?
And the judges should know too the difficulty behind it, but I think it's still going to end up with guys like, I can't top that first dunk.
Right. So you're saying like if let's say Jalen Green has a 50, then his next dunk's not as good, So it's like, okay, that has to be a 48, but then it's still better than Obi Toppin's 50. It kind of gets weird because like they're going against their own dunks, and everyone else is kind of confusing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm open to any changes with the scores though. Honestly,
Yeah.
just so we can see. Even if LeBron got in the dunk contest next year, I think he would drop 50s.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Uh,
We need to see him once.
Only thing he hasn't done.
Right. The only thing. What do you guys think about not only two ways I can think of to make the dunk contest better by the scoring wise? Because first of all the dunks is just subjective to whoever's watching, so you can either like try to weed through it by either having more judges for one, or you can do or you can change to like fan voting for like everybody. But the only thing about the fan voting, it could be biased, but I don't know. But I think those are two kind of ways how to have more judges to vote, so we don't get too many people doing. Because we all know what happened like past couple of years. It's like that one person, but you can steer away from that one person by adding. You can like cancel it out,
Yeah.
Those are the two things I can think of. But what do y'all think about that? Because I like your idea too, Pete. But it's like I don't know.
Might get too confusing.
We got a lot of trolls in this world though, so
That's true.
I
That's
go
true.
and puts down a weak dunk, and if somebody votes for him,
That's true.
then now we got real fans that are mad. Kind of like Andrew Wiggins starting.
Right.
I mean, I think the fan vote,
Good point.
the fans should have a vote, but not the main vote, if that makes sense. Like the same way the All-Star format is, you have the fans are voting them in, right? But at the end of the day, the coaches select, who makes the rest of the roster. I feel like they should have like maybe a small percentage or something like that. And then, like you said, Pete, with the starting off at a 50, like basically if you start off with like your best dunk, right? Or like a trial dunk, basically to see who moves on to the next thing. And then you go to that like showdown of who has, best dunk for dunk. And it becomes just a going, back to back. I think that's kind of cool too. But it's just like you said, it kind of like takes the build up of it out. But I still feel like that's different because now you're saying like, okay, this guy can do this guy can do this. Okay, these two guys, they don't have that. So now it's just like, oh, one-on-one, like, mono, who's gonna like take the crown. I feel like they'll be interesting because we all want to see, a Levine versus Aaron Gordon type situation where they're just going at it back to back. But yeah, I feel like that's a cool twist to the dunk contest, the scoring format.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
But
I'm down to tell him. If you got a connection, I'll tell him. I'll give him my ideas.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, they seem to be taking a lot of new ideas. Like even yesterday with the Rising Stars game, they had 14 instead of like the rookies, sophomores, or it's been like World versus USA recently. But they seem like they're taking all the innovations, trying to make it something new, make it more interesting, which I think we all can appreciate as fans. So
Definitely.
For sure.
Other thing going on Saturday night, 3-point contest. Who you think will win between these contestants? You got Desmond Bain, who play for Grizzlies. You got Luke Kennard from the Clippers, Zach LaVine from the Bulls, CJ McCollum now for the Pelicans, Patty Mills from the Nets, Karl Anthony Towns from the Timberwolves, Fred VanVleet from the Raptors, and Trae Young from the Hawks. What do y'all think?
I'll say my pick first. I think it's hard, like it's hard to pick against someone like Trae or CJ McCullough in my mind. Like I think Karl Anthony Towns, that's sick that he's in there, but it's like, does he have the ability to put 30 shots, like make 20 out of 30 a few times in a row? I don't know. I know he shoots a great percentage, so I'll say CJ. I'll kind of mix it up. You know, I'll say between CJ and Trey, I'll say CJ will win it.
Okay.
I'm going with Fred Van Fleet. Because I'm looking at the list of guys, and I don't know enough about Bang, but I think a lot of the other guys shoot with a lot of momentum, off the dribble type stuff. But Fred Van Fleet, like, I don't think he plays with the ball a lot. When I see his highlights in his big games, it's like kick out, feet set, not a lot of extra movement in his shot. While Trae Young, he might be too close to the line. Like, he needs the crowd build up. He needs to go back there toward the logo.
Yeah. Right.
I'm going with Fred Van Fleet for the win. Now I'm gonna be really disappointed when I say this, and if he gets knocked out first round, I'm gonna be hurt. Let's just cut my part out.
The same with CJ. I feel like, if he had like 100 Knicks fans in the first row, then like I would say, all right, Trey's a lock, because they just had him yelling at him. He probably wouldn't miss the whole time. But since it's in Cleveland, he might not have the crowd with him. Like I don't know if he'll do it then.
Good point. I've seen Van Vliet shoot, just catch and shoot kickouts, and the way the format of the 3-point contest is you picking up off the rack, squaring up, shooting. A lot of these guys, CJ, great shooter, but he does off the dribble.
Yeah.
But I think another guy like that you guys didn't mention, I like Cat. If he wins, that'll be cool, just representing the big man. But I'm gonna go with Patty Mills. I think Patty Mills can do it both ways. He can come off the dribble, and he can catch and shoot. We've seen it like San Antonio. He's been clutch for them, and I feel like that type of pressure, playing for Team Australia, and just catching and shooting in big moments. I think he'll be pretty solid. That's my pick. But I think these are all solid picks, solid guys that can all shoot the ball. So it'll be interesting. I'm going with Patty though.
Right, like that pick.
Yeah, y'all got some good picks. I can't really give you good reasons why I think this person will win. Y'all had some solid reasons. I'm just going to say, I guess this person win because I think so. I think Zach LaVine got shot, so I'm picking him. I got no arguments. I have no solid arguments like you guys had. I'm like, maybe he can get hot. Maybe. I don't know.
Sometimes you got to go with your gut.
I'm just, that's a person, that's honestly who I was like, I would pick him if I was betting or something. I don't know. I don't know. I have no reason. It's a good thing, like you said. I don't know.
I mean, I'm not mad at LaVine. Like I like Zach a lot. He can shoot it. Like he's tremendously improved his shot over the past few seasons. But I don't know if I think the other guys are just more so of straight up 3-point shooters than Zach. Right. Zach is like an all around player at this point, but he can't shoot. Don't get it twisted. He can shoot. I know for sure.
I know. That's why I was like, I don't really have a solid sound argument. So I was like,
that's fair.
That's because y'all, you guys are definitely right. And lastly, they changed the skills challenge a little bit. So instead of number, you have like individuals competing against each other in the skills challenge. This year, you're having teams. This year, so you have Team Rooks, Team Rookies. You have Team Cavs. Hometown is in Cleveland, so Team Cavs, and you also have Team Antetokounmpo. So all the brothers are playing. And for Team Cavs, you got Jerry Allen, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley. I love that. You also have for Team Brooks, Scottie Barnes, Kenny Cunningham, Josh Giddey, my guy, OKC. So I think this format is really cool. And like Zay said earlier, the fact that the NBA is finding new ways to innovate the All-Star game. For example, they even had the 4-point line again yesterday. So just finding different ways to like improve this. And maybe we'll eventually see some of these things in the NBA, maybe. I don't know. We'll eventually get in a 4-point line, but I don't know. I just think it's so cool. But if I had to guess who will win, because it does involve shooting, passing, dribbling. I'm gonna say my favorite. I don't know. Y'all, whoever you guys got to guess who will win. It's a team, so that's shooting, passing, and dribbling.
That's a tough one.
That's why I was like, I had to think for a second. I don't know.
What can you tell me the team, the rookie team again?
So you got for the rookie team, you got Scotty Barnes, Cade Cunningham, and Josh Giddey.
I mean,
yeah,
I like Giddey a lot too. I feel like he's a triple double machine. He will be at some point if he keeps it up. Cade can shoot. He can handle. I think the only thing about the skills challenge is the passing. That's what gets everyone. Like everyone underestimates how impactful a bounce pass can be. So, that's. And I like the Giannis brothers. I mean, not the Giannis, the Antetokounmpo brothers.
Yeah.
So it's. I'm gonna say one of those two teams. No disrespect to Garland and the Cavs, but the rookies are the Antetokounmpos for sure.
I'm going with the rookies. Just looking at the team, have Jared Allen not gonna be able to make a good pass. Evan Mobley not gonna be able to make a good pass, in my opinion. And Giannis is not gonna be able to make a good pass. Alex is he's coming up from the G League to try to make a pass at a high level.
Yeah.
So I'm just going. The rookies got all guards, right? So
Pretty much.
I'm going with Team Rooks.
That's a good pick. All right, so I guess I'll pick the Giannis brothers. I mean, like, and you know, I guess my reasoning would be like they've been playing together for 25 years, and maybe they have a couple. They've been doing stuff like this in Greece for years, and their kind of chemistry will kind of come through.
How do you feel about the top and key three, though?
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
I mean, Giannis has improved.
That's improved a little bit.
I don't know about the Nasses and I don't know. I don't know about that.
What about the littlest one? What does he do? How's he doing? Can he shoot?
I can't tell you. I haven't seen him, man.
Honestly, yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't play a lot, but
that's what I'm saying.
He's a defensive guy. I know that. But I think they might surprise. This is All-Star Weekend. You never know.
You never know. Giannis could get hot. You never know. He could just.
I mean, Giannis didn't miss a shot last year, right? In the All-Star game.
I don't know why it's like that in the All-Star game. Like guys who typically don't shoot really well in the All-Star game. The reason I know this because I'm an OKC fan. Russell Westbrook, that man in the All-Star game, just knocking them down. I'm like, where is this at? The rest of the season.
There's no pressure at all.
Yeah.
But they could. But I'm gonna go with. I gotta stick with OKC, so I'm gonna go with the Team Rooks. And you had a great point about there. Basically, all guards, basically. But like, basically. So, and based on this list, I think Giddey has potential to be the best passer.
He's fun to watch. Even like some of the highlights, he can get the ball out on like last night, the Rising Stars outlets. Like he can put it on the money. So I feel like he'll be good in this challenge.
Yeah.
Said Jack Harlow? Who is that?
No, that's Tyler.
Yeah. I saw 20 highlights of Jack Harlow throwing this outlet pass to who it was, Myles Garrett.
Right.
So it's like this guy's got more ESPN time than like half the NBA players.
He dropped a single right before the game, so he was up there. He was ready.
That's marketing right there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Side note: Myles Garrett is a monster.
Oh yeah.
He's a monster. I don't watch football, but now I'm like, okay, this dude he can
Oh,
he
yeah.
can hoop.
He's a,
So
Yeah.
If he was in the NBA, like kind of like who's getting in front of him? Like if he
Right.
starts driving, like who's cutting him off? But we'll never know, I guess.
Yeah.
no, I was reading this thing about Allen Iverson won football and basketball state championships for his high school and was going to go to the NFL, but decided on basketball. Like just the dynamic athletes that are out there, it's crazy to see how they excel at both. You know, two very different sports and just are dominant.
Mhm.
But
It's incredible.
let me see. Me and Q were talking earlier. I think, you know, All-Star, a lot of people, a lot of fans want, you know, their guys from their team, their home team, whatever. It doesn't always happen that way. For me, some of the best players, some of my favorite players have never made an All-Star team. So I guess I'll ask, what are some names or some guys that you guys think have been overlooked as All-Stars and probably should have got one throughout their career, at least one?
Tough question. I gotta think on this one.
I know.
I mean, for me, Jamal Crawford, to me, should have definitely been an All-Star, one of his 6 Man of the Year years, in my opinion. I feel like he may not have had like 20 points per game, but he 6 Man of the Year, he was close to it. And he's probably one of the most fun players to watch, in my opinion. So I feel like he would have he always talks about it. He probably would have been showing off new moves in the All-Star game. Like that's a guy I wish would have gotten that nod before he stopped playing, or at least, or that we think he'd stopped playing.
Might come back at 50.
He could.
I mean, if we're sticking with the 6 Man type thing, I mean, Lou Williams never been an All-Star, and I feel he always plays a huge role. Well, not now, but in the past, like he's played huge roles on teams that were good.
Yeah.
Because wasn't he on the Clippers first with Chris Paul, and was he on that team?
He was on the team with Blake and Chris Paul, like in the 2010s. Yeah.
But everybody had, you know, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan as like, you know, lob city.
Yeah.
But he will come off and get 20 in the quarter.
I like Lou a lot too. He was pretty incremental, and last year with Atlanta going to the conference finals, he was, you know, that veteran presence. It matters, you know what I mean, down the line, and Lou can put in the basket just easy. So that's a good pick. I like that.
I can't think of anyone off the top of my head. The only person that came to my mind was Ricky Rubio. I don't know why he came to my head. Like, I was trying to think of someone underrated. He's never made an All-Star, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, and like, I mean, he's got just kind of a glue game. And I mean, I don't know why he's coming to my head. Like, he's kind of produced 13 and 8 for like 10 years at this point.
Yeah. No, I mean, Rubio is another fun guy. Like, I feel like everyone in the All-Star game would appreciate a guy that's going to hit you with a backdoor lob, bounce pass. He's crafty. And I just feel like he has like the Steve Nash effect. He doesn't do a lot of like just athletic things, but he's smart and he'll find you wherever you are on the court. And he can make moments within the game that'll impact, you know, who wins. So I feel like that's another good pick. I like Rubio a lot. I hate that he tore his ACL this year, but comes back healthy next year. Yeah, Rubio would be cool.
Yeah, I just looked up his stats right here. His career average is 11 points, 7.6 assists a game. It's pretty good for 12 years.
Yeah.
Look up Draymond's career stats.
Draymond, who?
Look up Draymond's career stats. So I'm thinking like who's sometimes I get a little upset about the people who are kind of those new people. If they're on a really good team, like Rubio hasn't been on a really good team.
Right.
I don't think, but Draymond's like always an all-star.
Oh, Kev, you're gonna hate this. Draymond's career stats are 8.7 points a game, 5.4 assists, 5 rebounds. So that's his career stats. And he's an all-star every year.
Every year.
Yeah. Me and Zay came to the conclusion that Warriors fans have so much stock in all-star selections. For example, think all the way back to a couple years ago. I can't think of his name right now.
Zaza.
There we go. Zaza.
Zaza. Yeah.
Zaza even being mentioned to be up there. He almost got in one year.
Yeah.
As a starter.
That's right. That's right. Didn't like Turkey, like the whole country of Turkey, like hacked the system, and they were like,
"Oh yeah,
that's right."
Warriors fans so much clout, and we also discussed that this year with Wiggins being a starter too. It just goes to show you, Warriors fans are out here,
man. Yeah. They ride hard for whoever their guys are. They're gonna go for them 100% all in, no questions asked.
The Warriors,
man, the Warriors are. Those fans are love. They just show love.
And I feel like internationally, the Warriors are very popular. Like over in Asia and stuff, like they love the good teams and the superstars. And by association, Draymond is with Steph, and it's just like, all right, he's getting votes.
Absolutely, man. I love that though. I mean, that's a loyal fan base. I think any organization would be just happy to have that type of environment for their guys. So that's cool. But also, we don't want Zaza in the All-Star. We don't want that. Sorry, Warriors fans. That was a mistake on y'all's part, but it's okay. We understand.
All right, man. But so we want you guys to think back to when you guys were playing. So we also have some questions for you. So as you're warming up, what was your go-to song in your warm-up playlist? Give you a second, think about it. Whoever wants to go first can go first.
Why y'all are thinking?
You got one, Zay?
Oh yeah, I remember my favorite song. I didn't play college, but high school when I was playing, I used to listen to "Put On" by Young Jeezy, Kanye West. Every time. That was my favorite song to. It's kind of like get me hype, get me ready to go. Whether that was just playing on my own headphones or whatever, or we played in the locker room. That's probably for years. Whenever I think I was in I don't know, probably 7th, 8th grade when it came out, and just rock with it to this day, still do. But that was mine back in the day.
I'm looking back to college. I think I listened to my phone on shuffle, on the bus and everything. But as soon as the bus got to the gym, and I timed it. It's kind of crazy thinking back to it now. But as soon as I stepped off the bus, I would play Tupac and Bishop of the Rider. Just that one song, and that's my zone. And then I go back to shuffling my phone, because because I wasn't the person who needed the music the whole time, sit with the headphones on and take forever to get dressed. No, I'm trying to get in the gym and get out there for everybody else on the court so I can get some shots up. So yeah, definitely Tupac and Bishop of the Rider was the song for me.
I like that. I don't know if I have an exact song that I listen to, but okay, this is kind of a funny aside. I remember for the last 2 years, my college, the first, it's whatever, 60-minute countdown till tip off. They play at the arena. They would play a list, or a loop of song, a playlist. And I always remember this. And this song played all the time. and it was like kind of funny, and then it got annoying, but then like people like would love it in the crowd, and like the fans, and then like kind of players liked it, and it kind of like somehow got people hyped, and it was like a super silly song, but it also but I always remember. So when I think about pregame songs, I always remember this song. Like I can't even think of other songs. I'm just like, dude, every time for every home game, this would play like 3 times, and it was "Whip My Hair Back and Forth" by Willow Smith.
Tap.
Where they played it 3-4 times before every game, and people like would somehow still be like, "I whip my hair back and forth." And, people were doing this in the crowd and everything, and like,
oh man,
it was crazy. I always remember thinking it. 10 years later, I remember that.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh man, I thought for sure you're gonna say "jump around" or something, but you said "whip my hair."
Whip my hair back and forth. Kids in the crowd are doing this the whole time. I always remember that.
Shout out to Willow.
Shout out Willow Smith.
That would throw me off if I'm warming up on the other end. That would throw me off. You guys are getting hyped. I'm throwing off my game that night.
Yeah. Other teams walking in like, wow, Seton Hall really gets hyped off of Willow Smith. This is crazy. Like,
oh man. I'm thinking, okay, Seton Hall, something New York, something Cameron, I don't know, like something.
It's funny, they would play that stuff too, but it just like they'd always play that song. Someone would always slip in the "Whip My Hair," and then it's like I remember one of my assistant coaches, and he played at Seton Hall for years. He was like a superstar, one of the best players ever. I remember him; he was an assistant coach. I remember so distinctly one time he's sitting there mouthing the words. I'm like, this dude's mouthing the words to "Whip My Hair." I was like, people love this song.
Man, that is
a popular song back then.
Yeah.
You heard it everywhere. So.
Wow.
Seton Hall would disavow this take. Like, that never happened. No. We never played that.
Oh, that is hilarious. But whatever works. Whether it's Tupac, whether it's Willow, whatever helps you get the job done. That is amazing.
It's funny.
Oh man. But we had some other stuff. Transitioning from that, what do you guys think was, I guess, your best play of your career or just favorite play of your career? And I'll save it. Go ahead. Whoever wants to go.
I'll start off first because I have a pretty small sample size. Like, for me, I was a walk-on at Seton Hall. I only had 2 points my entire career. And I'll say so I had two of a few moments. When I scored my only basket, that was really cool. Like, it was kind of a dream of mine to be able to score a basket at a D1 level in a game. And then against St. John's, I got in some garbage time, but like a few minutes left, and we were still playing, in the midst of the game. And I had 2 steals, 2 assists. And I had 2 really nice passes, like one in super like full court outlet pass for a dunk on my guy. And then in the offense, just whipped the pass down to a dude for a reverse layup, and like crowd was going crazy. I was like, I could score 1,000 right now if I wanted to, or and that was of my not a ton of career moments. Like I was kind of think back on those, like against St. John's, I had a double, 2 steals, 2 assists.
Nice.
A little joke on a double. I'm just playing. I know it's
love it.
I would say that being a 3-point shooter, I mean, I enjoy it. I hit some big things, but I think getting the most convincing dunk in my career, but I only had 3 dunks in my whole career. I had one that was really, really soft my freshman year, and that was just because I was nervous and I want to make sure I got those 2 points. So I wasn't scoring a lot. And then when I came out the redshirt year, I got a good fast break, like got a steal in the middle lane on the other end against North Texas. Pushed it down the left side, and I saw the guy running with me. It wasn't body to body, but he jumped like he was gonna block my layup. Because the scouting report is not saying that number 20 is gonna dunk on you. but I used to dunk on people in high school, so it was like, all right, no, I'm ready now. Like I go up and jump, and even my team, like watching the video, even my teammates, like on the bench, are kind of shocked. Like everybody's ready to just kind of clap for a layup, but then you see like people jump up last second, like, oh, Kev just dunked this one hard. So, but funny story behind it. It was like a kind of an out of body experience, I guess, and a lot of adrenaline rush to the point where we went back down the other end. Something happened as a timeout. We went back out. We sat down and we went back out there to play. And I ended up just having a full like lower body cramp, like hips, quad, calves, like both legs. So I'm like trying to stretch and salt and all this stuff. And I was going to check back in. And I started catching cramp while I'm sitting at the scores table. I'm like, no, I'm not playing the rest of the game. So I finished the game with the dunk, but I could not go.
That's hilarious. Yo, actually, go ahead, Zay.
Man, that's funny. Like your body, you were so out of body and so shocked. Your teammates were shocked, but your body was like separating the Doctor Strange thing. Like body here, mind there. Just that's insane.
Your body was like, retire. Just ending a high note. Yeah,
pretty much.
For me in high school, the first time I dunked in a game, that was crazy because like I was like, all right, like I went up fast break, 2-hand dunked, people went crazy, friends went crazy. I dunked, and it was like that was cool because I'm not a high flyer, I mean I could get up for a white guy, but like not like a high flyer. So when I did that, like people were like, oh my gosh, hold on, we need to record this, do it again, So that was sick. That was a sick feeling.
I had 4 dunk attempts. The freshman year was a weak one. My favorite play was the best one. My third one, I just kind of, if you put it in slow-mo, I catch the front of the rim and kind of push the rim down, the ball goes in. The last attempt, senior year, like same still, same running start as 2 years before, but now there's a 6'8" guy down there that's meeting me, and when he blocked my dunk attempt, one of my teammates told me, he's like, yeah, I mean, neither one of you guys were above the rim when he blocked it. And I'm like, well, that lets me know that my athleticism is slowly going away. Like I reached a peak, and then now it's just kind of.
Oh man. Oh yeah, neither of y'all were above the rim. Just.
All right, but I got above the rim though. I think got above the rim though. Actually,
the rim. I was like right there, like right here.
I actually later that season, I went up for another fast break and I went up to dunk, but midair, my body was like, no, you can't. And so I went up like the most hard gather ever. Like I was gonna dunk, and I just couldn't, and I just like laid it on the front of the rim, and it just like fell off the front of the rim. People are like, you could tell. People are like, what did this guy just do? And I was like, oh wait, I made the layup. I was like, did someone come from behind me? What happened? The thing just fell off the rim.
Oh, that's tough.
Embarrassing.
For me, it was just any given day, I felt really athletic, and there's some days where it was just like, why can't I jump today? And I always know, because I did the same warm-up routine for 4 straight years. Like I'm gonna dunk on this one, I'm gonna shoot one drill pull up on this one. I'm gonna try to dunk on this one, I'm gonna shoot one drill pull up on this one. And that will always let me know where my legs are at for that day. Like we go down to Florida State, and they're like, "Get up, Kev." So I palmed the ball with one hand and do like Statue of Liberty. and I'm like, yeah, I'm pumped for this game. And we go out there and get beat by 48. And then there's games in conference where it's like, this is a big game, and I just cannot get above the rim. Like I'm putting it in with like my fingertips.
Yeah. You're checking your shoes. What's going on here?
retie them, pump them up a little bit.
Yeah. I need some more pumps here. Pump going.
Get air pump real quick, inflate my shoes a little bit, bounce house.
Exactly.
That's dope.
They tie my ankles too tight. My ankles are too tight. They taped them too tight right now. What do you guys do to me? Can't feel my feet.
Constricted muscles. Just
Yeah.
that's dope. I got one for Q. You probably don't remember this, but we weren't college athletes like you guys, and probably if I dunked, it was one time in my whole life. But
I have no moments.
No, you have a moment. You have a moment. We were just playing pickup. We were in the paint center.
Yeah.
And we used to go all the time, shooting, whatever. And one day, Q got hot. Q just started shooting. We were playing against our friend Frankie. And Frankie was guarding him, like, he isn't expecting Q to do anything, right? He's just like, all right, Q's just gonna pass the ball, whatever. He's gonna put it up. He's gonna miss. No, Q catches like a few feet behind the 3-point line. Nothing but net. Next play, all right, Frankie's like, all right, I'll guard him, whatever. Drops him, another one. And then like the last one, he like jumps into him, fouls him. Q banks it in out the glass. Everybody just going crazy. It was just like, Q dropped. We just gave Q the ball the rest of the game. Like, three ball, Trey. He just went in. And Frankie never like played with us again.
I forgot about that for a second, bro. You're right.
Man, that was probably like one of my favorite moments of us playing.
Nothing feels better than a heat check, and when you hit it,
it was definitely
nothing feels better. No better rush.
Oh yeah,
right. It was definitely some type of zone that day. That was cool though.
That should be experience too.
Yeah, but I had no control. I had no thought to what I was doing, bro. I was just like,
man, this guy's on fire.
You gotta not think about it. You just gotta let it rip.
Basically, I forgot about that, man. That was fun though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, let's transition to stuff that's going on in the NBA. We kind of teased it a little bit. A lot of stuff that was going on recently. But let's think back. Let's go back in time a little bit before the season started. We got Russ, LeBron, AD on one team. Oh, Lakers should make the finals. We also had James Harden, Kyrie, KD. Oh, y'all healthy? Let's go. Looking at the season where it is now, you guys can give me thoughts on your favorite teams too. Y'all progress. Is your team where you think it would be right now? What are your thoughts overall on the season right now? Because technically we're at the halfway point. I don't know why they call it halfway because like 20-some games left. But I don't know. But like, what y'all think?
Away. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go first. When Russ went to the Lakers, I was saying everybody has that conversation. What you think about the Lakers? I think I may have been one of the few people that I talked to that said, it's not going to work because he needs the basketball 90% of the game to get his triple doubles. LeBron needs the ball at this point 90% of the game to kind of be a facilitator and control everything that's going on. And Russ just didn't fit like what other people that play with LeBron, like their skill set. It just wasn't the same. Like Kyrie could really score at the point. So, having another dominant point guard is, that works for LeBron, but having a dominant point guard who's all downhill, can't spot up, can't hit a jump shot, like everybody's gonna help off of him. I was like, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And like Russ's best games are when LeBron and AD are out. Like he looked like normal Russ when LeBron and AD are out. And so where they're at right now, that was kind of like my expectation, pretty much. I would like to see LeBron build a team though, like a conference final or something like that. That just help his legacy. and everything. They need to trade AD. Anthony Davis needs to be traded because you can get so much. Anthony Davis, and right now he's supposed to be, I guess, the best forward in the game. Best four man in the game. He just can't play at all. I would say them try to get more people. And then Brooklyn, the disappointing is that they got all this stuff going on. Because Big Three, like anytime they played together, they had this great record. Like they didn't play, they really didn't get a chance to do it. And they just broke me. I feel like they broke it up too soon. But if Harden wants to go, and obviously it had to be Harden because the way the Grant was acting for the All-Star pick, like there's definitely some juice and something going on. But all three of them on the court at the same time, they were stopping.
Man,
So,
That's true. Yeah, I feel like I was one of those people that thought the Lakers would probably be pretty good. I just thought like LeBron would be able to like play his game, make everyone better, at least have a winning record. Like I didn't think they would maybe be number one, but I thought they'd at least have a winning record. So I've been pretty surprised. It kind of seems like none of the pieces are working at all. Like you said, Kev, like AD, Russ, like it's just like not really working. Like being 8 games under 500, whatever they are, and the only reason they're in the playoffs is whether the 9 seed or the only reason because this new format, like that's not a winning formula. Like you kind of like if you're the Lakers, like you kind of shouldn't be happy with that formula. I don't know. They could probably trade some players and get some picks, maybe rebuild, because who knows what LeBron's going to do in a year or two. So I don't know. I'm surprised. I thought that they'd be better than they are. But you're right. Looking at it, they don't look good. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised to see the Heat still up there. They have a pretty balanced team on the East Conference. Like they got a lot of players kind of averaging over 10 points, but they're fun to watch. I don't know if they have what it takes to go all the way to win it. I don't know. And then a surprise team for me has been the Bulls. DeMar DeRozan should be probably getting some more MVP like shout outs because he's really taken that team to like the new level, the next level. So they've been cool to watch.
Yeah, I think when we started the season, like me and Q were like on the opposite ends of the spectrum, maybe. Or like Lakers, we all expected, Russ, not Russ, not AD, but not KD, AD, and LeBron. Like, that's gonna be great. I'm thinking, Russell's gonna. He's talked to LeBron in the summer. He's adjusted his game. He's gonna like take the right place. He's gonna be a monster in the pick and roll. AD gets hurt or is still hurting. Russ can't find a shot. LeBron, still LeBron. He misses a few games. It's like, all right. Then the Harden situation just was kind of like all unfolded recently, but everyone expected, whenever they get back together, then Kyrie with the vaccine, it was just like, man, it's just like nothing went right for either of those teams, and everyone expected, this is going to be the marquee matchup. It's going to be great, but it was completely opposite, and I don't know, like, and now when I see like YouTube of First Take or SportsCenter or whatever, everybody's talking about the Lakers and Nets. I'm like, why? Why are we still talking about them? I feel like the Lakers have lost every game for like since 2022, in my opinion. There's nothing good about them. And it's just really, honestly, disappointing from a basketball perspective. I'm a Heat fan, and I expected them to be, probably one of the better teams in the league. I'm happy that my Heat are doing well. I mean, they pretty much are where I expected them to be. I feel like people don't talk about them, but we're okay with that. Chicago, I love how DeMar DeRozan and Levine worked out. And I like Joel Embiid's play right now. Him, Embiid or DeRozan, if either of those guys get the MVP, I'm happy with it. Joel Embiid is going to be interesting to see with James Harden. I think I don't think they'll win it this year, but maybe next year they'll build it up and be able to make a deep run for it. But overall, that's where I'm at for the season, I guess. Like, sorry, I regret that the Nuggets have not been as good. I miss Jamal Murray. I hate that Porter got hurt. Jokic is just kind of him by itself, but it's all good. So that's my mid-season report. I'm happy about my Heat, but everything else has been like, pleasant surprises from Philly and Chicago though. So
I'm a Portland fan, and I have no idea what we're doing.
oh
I have no idea. Like it's kind of it's weird because I agree with breaking up Dame and CJ just because I have a belief that you need somebody like your superstar tandem needs to have somebody that can control both ends of the floor. And I feel like Dame said they're not going to be lockdown defenders. So you need like a forward, somebody who can get rebounds and stuff like that. So, but Portland has always needed a big, and we keep getting Plumlee and other Plumlee. And then it's kind of like I'm trying to think about like NBA GMs and stuff like that, and they're letting Simons like just kind of take the keys and go off. Is he in a contract year? Like, are they building his stock to get something somewhere else? Because he's going to be looking for some more money. And if they give it to him in Portland, then we got the same thing we had when we had Dame and CJ.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I have no idea what's going to happen.
I mean, for that one, when they traded CJ and got Josh Hart and Alexander Walker ended up going to Utah and everything else, I was like, the least they could have did was get like BI or something. Like, I would have went for that. Like, I'm not saying he's a lockdown defender, but there's a guy that can get his own basket. He can shoot. He's a capable defender. He's long. And I felt like he would have paired up decently with Dame, even if he wasn't like on ball the whole time. I felt like that would have been interesting. But I was texting my little brother, like, man, like everything Portland does is like, okay, they're defeated. They're giving up for the. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but Dame is still saying he's loyal. I don't know though. But
they were close. They were so close for years. I feel like they were a couple pieces away from maybe doing it, but I don't know. I kind of don't know what happened. Like, I don't know what happened.
They just never got a good big when like Dame did all he could in the bubble up until getting hurt, and Nurkic, I became a fan of Nurkic, but then I realized like sometimes Nurkic's gonna have 20, sometimes he's gonna have 4,
right?
And I'm trying to figure out like is he gonna pop and he's gonna shoot this 3 all the time, or is he gonna pop and hold on to it,
right?
Just there. So it's like he has the skill if he just embraced it, like how Simons just took the keys and was like, this is my team now,
right?
Yeah. Like if Nurkic did the same thing and just say, I'm gonna go out here and get 20.
Yeah.
Possibly be better. Be better.
Yeah. And I feel like with the big guys, sometimes you just need them to be like, hey, like no matter what you shoot, you need to get 15 rebounds a game. Just like for the whole season, you need to get a lot of rebounds. I mean, look at Jokic. Jokic hit 13 rebounds a game, and he does everything else. It's like Nurkic should be getting at like 12 rebounds a game at minimum every game in the bubble, home, away. And when you get like, what is he? Like, I don't even know. I feel like he's not even an average 10. It's like, with all the shooting going up, you need to get in rebounds. And yeah.
Speaking of, I got a message, Pete. Speaking of rebounds, Julius Randle, man. Nick, what's up, man? What are your thoughts?
I mean, this is how it goes. This is what it is. I saw you, Xavier, a few months ago, and they went on a 2-game losing streak. And I was just like, it's downhill. This is how it goes. Get a few wins, and it's just downhill from there. Like, I knew this was coming. Every Knicks fan knew this was coming. Like, they're going to trade away the team. Who knows with those picks? It's just, this is the life. What can I say? This is being a Knicks fan. Like, nothing.
It's tough.
Seems like both y'all teams are gonna join what we doing at OKC. Get some
Okay.
picks.
Okay.
Moves. I'm disappointed in my team right now. We not first on tank chat right now. We fourth. We need to lose some more games, OKC. We got all these picks. If I don't get a lottery pick this year, I didn't get one last year. Give me some lottery picks, man.
Oh,
We got
man.
all these picks.
think
Lose some more
about-
games. That's-
The thing about the draft, though, and I was having this conversation the other day, is if you have the number 1 pick, that guy isn't good enough to change the franchise.
Good point.
So, I honestly would trade the number 1 pick. Like, I would try to get it and trade the number 1 pick for somebody. And because, like, LeBron did it, you're not drafting LeBron.
Right.
I mean, you thought you drafted LeBron when you got Zion, but you,
Right.
Well, that's
Yeah.
another conversation. What's going on with that? You continue though.
Man.
like, they're not going to come in and just dominate the league and change your
Right.
franchise. Like, you still need another superstar that's better than them.
Right.
Because who was drafted first last year? Was it Cade
Okay,
Cunningham?
Cunningham.
Cade.
Detroit's still where they, Detroit's Detroit. So,
I mean, what's he doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
probably doing big numbers, but no, if he's the best player on your team, and you got Harden and all these other people,
Yeah.
it's like
right.
it's not gonna work. So trade those number 1 picks with somebody.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good.
you need more pieces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm excited to see what Sam Presti does with all these picks because we have so many. But if we don't do anything these next couple of years, like out of the generational talent comes out, I have some players I'm looking at. Hopefully one day we can get. But I don't know. Hopefully he does something well. I'd trade a pick for some good pieces to fit around Shy. Let me Shea, Gilgeous Alexander, and we got some good pieces, man. It's like I'm not sure what we're doing though. We get a lot of floor spacians and ball handlers though. I don't know. Because Paco's, he can ball handle, space the floor. Giddy having breakout season this year. I'm not sure. I think it's just about development this year. We can eventually trade those pieces too. I don't know. That's my team going. Anyway, I don't know, but for real though, I don't know what Portland's doing, man. I don't know.
Don't talk about Portland. We're building around Dame. I was just about to say, if you're building around Shea, I mean, you might want to get a superstar to put Shea.
That's true. You're right. You're right.
I can't imagine building my team around Shea Gilgeous Alexander. Nah, he's very good.
The big guy's potential. He got some potential.
It's like building around Julius Randle.
Good point. About him, I don't know.
Look where we're at.
I trust Presti. I trust Presti.
I also think I always wonder, like, how long can you hold on to hope or development or building or rebuilding? It's like, like, are the Knicks good? Like, should the Knicks just be like, hey, everyone's gone. Like, y'all, like, we'll trade you. We'll get new pay. Like, this is not the core team. We can't build around teams. Or like, I don't know. Like, maybe Portland can build around Dame, but it's like, if someone like the Knicks or maybe OKC, it's like, what do? Should you just like clean house entirely and just try to get a million picks, or I don't know.
That's what we're doing right now. We'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah.
He was like, because honestly, what free agent is going to go to OKC? Honestly, that's one of our problems. So our best bet is to build through the draft. We actually build a good team that have potential. James, KD, and Russ. We just never fulfilled that.
We'll get Russ back. That's what we got. We'll get Russ back.
I prefer Russ to go and get a ring somewhere, man. I don't know. That's all he's missing, though. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think we all agree that Russell Westbrook is a generational talent. He just this year has not been kind to him, and it's just been a bad situation for that team. I like him a lot. I don't think he's a bad player by any means. I think he'll retire with OKC for sure whenever he decides to stop playing. But I don't know.
I just need to stop using the backboard. Come on, like just shoot a regular shot now. Obviously, a touch is not there this year. Like,
Man, I need KD, Russ, and Harden to come back. Give him one more chance.
Oh yeah.
Give us one.
You're gonna put them around Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
They probably trade him off for him. I don't know. Man.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Man, that's the one thing. Why couldn't we just pay Harden? That's
right.
That's like the biggest what if for me right now. But it's tough. There's definitely disappointments across the NBA, but some teams are not where we think they will be right now. I even go as far as saying, like, the Bucks, they're not where I thought they would be right now. I thought they would be more dominant right now. The Cavs have been the biggest surprise to me this year. I've been so surprised by the Cavaliers.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, who saw them here at this point?
Where are they at in the East?
They're fourth right now. They're 35-23.
They're legit.
They're legit. They're legit, like playoff contenders. Like,
can they? But with their team being this young, can they beat Philadelphia?
I don't know.
I mean, okay. I mean, there was a young team in OKC that beat Spurs. I mean,
but
I'm just.
Let's talk about Kevin Durant now.
All right, that's true. All right.
Can they beat Brooklyn? Can they beat who's a Miami fan? Can they beat Miami?
I mean, to me, the Cavs, they're going to be surprising in the playoffs. I think I don't see them going past like the top four, obviously, in like Brooklyn, Milwaukee. Still, even though Milwaukee is not having a spectacular season, I think they're in the same boat as Miami, honestly. Like, kind of just, they're good, but they're like sleepers. They're not really showing everything that they can do. And then to me, Milwaukee got better with Serge Ibaka making those trades.
True. But
Cleveland's not going to beat Miami, Milwaukee, Brooklyn. I don't see that happening. A good series, I could see that, like 5, 6, 7 games, but winning against those teams, no.
they got potential to maybe make it out the first round. It depends on what the matchup is, though.
Yeah.
For example, say they play like the Raptors. I see them get past the Raptors.
Yeah, that's fair.
For everybody else, I don't know. Or say the Hornets move up and they win the play-in or something. I don't know. Or the Hawks. That's about it. For everybody else, I don't really see it. But the East is kind of wide open this year, a little bit. And depending on how these trades work out, we'll see. Because they're not really just a dominant force in the East yet, in my opinion. But we'll see how the trades work out. We'll see how James Harden and Embiid will mesh, or how Simmons will work out with Kyrie and KD. Did y'all get y'all thoughts on that trade, Pete? What are y'all thoughts on that major trade?
Yeah, I guess I'm happy for Ben Simmons to be able to, get out of Philly, and just like actually play and see what happens. And Harden's kind of just like quietly, he's quietly just getting traded, bounced from team to team. I hope he does well. And I think it probably helps Philly more. I feel like there's probably a lot more questions for Brooklyn with Ben Simmons playing than there is for Philly. Like, I think Harden can step in pretty easily. But we'll see. I would say that maybe Philly might be a sleeper to come out of the East now. They're third, but that's what I would say.
Yeah.
I find it interesting that the two dudes in the league who basically just refuse to play for their franchise got traded for each other.
Yeah.
Like it was like when he was in Houston, and he was just like, "We're not gonna win anything here. I'm not playing."
Yeah.
And then Ben Simmons like, "I'm not playing for this franchise anymore." And then they get traded for each other. So
Insane.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I mean, I hope it works out for Ben Simmons. I know that for us, like we talked about it a lot, man. Like just the way he ended things. I'm like, there's no way he's gonna have in the playoffs. Like refusing to take layups over Trae Young, who you're like a foot taller than, way more athletic than. I was just like, he's out of it. I don't see him doing anything. And then the whole summer sitting out, season comes in, getting kicked out of practice. I'm like, but I mean, honestly, he can probably thrive in Brooklyn if he is able to just get back into shape, get his conditioning. You got Kevin Durant. All you got to do is pass and play at this point. So I think it's a good situation for him. And still, Brooklyn got rid of James Harden, who is, if he's right, he's gonna give you 30 triple doubles at some point. But they got Seth Curry, got Drummond, so they added some shooting. They added another big that's dynamic, can hold pretty much any position in the switches and pick and roll. So I feel like Brooklyn benefited, but you can't deny that if James Harden is James Harden in Philly, then him and Embiid are going to be interesting to watch. Just got to see how that chemistry builds. But I'm hoping to see. I guess we'll see next month, really, because I don't think Harden is going to be back until another week or two, and Ben Simmons probably has to clear whatever he has. I don't know. So
his mind.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. A lot of people have different different takes on the mental health thing, and if he's taking it serious or not. But I don't know.
I mean, if it's truly mental health, then I don't think that it was an issue with Philly. Like I think he just if you're dealing with mental health, you can't play anywhere.
Yeah.
But now he's in Brooklyn, and he's at UC videos in the practice, and I don't know, but we don't know. We don't know what he's going through, but
yeah, we'll find out how he can play from it now. Like, all right, now he's got to play. So now he's out of his situation. He's in Brooklyn. He's out of Philly. Like, now he's got to play.
Yeah. I think that's what everyone wants to see, because he's good. Like, if he puts his mind to it, if he just comes out and plays with confidence, he can be one of the best two-way players in the league. He just has to show it. But we'll see. It's a sticky situation for sure.
Yeah.
How much money he lose on fines?
True.
He lost a lot of money on fines. I'm interested to know what that number is.
Yeah, I think it was, I forgot, somebody had it. I know it was definitely up in them millions. It was a lot. It's crazy. But before we move on to our main topic for today, the one I'm most excited about, I want to ask y'all one more thing. One of y'all mentioned Zion Williamson. There was an update on his foot. Unfortunately, he's going to need another foot surgery, it seems like. And I just want to get y'all thoughts on Zion. This is a former 1 overall pick for New Orleans. Me and Zay have our opinions about the senior situation. I would love to get you guys'. He should be up. He did not sign an extension yet. He could be a free agent soon. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on Zion? Like him as a player, his situation? Let's see. Kel, you want to go first?
I saw a tweet the other day that said Zion turned into Greg Oden right in front of our eyes.
See, I didn't want to say that out loud, but
I mean, it wasn't my tweet. It's not my. I just thought it was funny. But I don't know, man.
it's weird.
How good is he gonna be? Anyway, even if he was healthy,
Yeah, it's tough. Hopefully he can come back because that's a lot. He's gonna have to lose weight or really rehab that well because his game is power and stuff with his feet and knees. A lot of power comes from the lower half, and so it's like, is he gonna be able to keep the same amount of athleticism when he's back? Like, probably some, but like for the next 10 years, like build a franchise around it. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I always told Zay this: just move the franchise, give it back to Seattle, because I don't know what they're doing with it. New Orleans, I'm done with New Orleans. I mean, they just got CJ. I see what they do with that, but I don't. I'm disappointed.
CJ's not enough to say.
This is a superstar talent. You guys just kind of, I don't know. You got rid of AD. And it's like the same situation almost over again. I don't know. It's tough. Just give it to Seattle. Give me the Supersonics back.
I mean, I pray that Zion does not become a Greg Oden situation because he has the excitement factor. You know what I mean? Like he has the.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. If his game is based on his athleticism, and if he's gonna have foot and knee and leg issues, he's not gonna be able to play the same. He's got to develop a lot of skills, and I feel like he was on his way to that, but still, just I don't know. I'm still not quite with you on moving. I love to see the Seattle Supersonics back, but I'm not gonna say drop New Orleans. I'm not gonna say that. But
New Orleans, bro.
But yeah, I don't know. I hope Zion just gets healthy for his own sake, not even basketball. Just get healthy, and the rest will come.
Conspiracy theory though. Could this all be a ploy so you can come as a free agent and sign somewhere else? Like I don't know, maybe New York, Pete. I don't know. Somehow loses everything, plays, or as we reported earlier, he is in Portland right now. Kev, maybe he joins Trailblazers.
Well, who?
He's in Portland. He's been training in Portland, rehabbing in Portland right now.
Zion?
Yeah.
Okay, I got a little confused for a second when I started.
Yeah, like he's in, like I mean like he's on the team, but he's in the area though, rehabbing. What do y'all think? Would y'all like to see Zion on your teams? It could work. For Pete, you got RJ, Cam, Zion back. I mean,
back together, those big three. I mean, I'm down for it as a Knicks fan. Like, we'll see. I don't know how it would work out, but I mean, like, anything's better than what the Knicks have right now. So yeah, like, let's go for it.
And Kelly said, y'all always need a big. Zion could be that. And
that's what I said.
Conspiracy theory. I don't know.
I mean, but the Shai Gilgeous and Zion duo.
I'm good.
You good? All right.
We good.
Oh man.
But man. So yeah. So guys, we appreciate having y'all on the show. We want to get to one final debate with you guys. Let y'all have the floor with this one. All right. We like to have guests tell us who they think the GOAT is. Back it up with whatever thoughts, opinions, facts, whatever. All right. So here we go. First of all, I want to ask you who you think the GOAT is and tell me why. All right. We good? All right. So Kev, who you think the GOAT is?
Michael Jordan.
Okay. Very quick. Hold up. Pete, who you think the GOAT is?
I'll say LeBron.
Okay, here we go.
LeBron.
All right, here we go. Kev, give me a reason why. Kev, give me your reasons why you think MJ's GOAT.
Because he was the most dominant fundamental player of all time.
Okay.
Like he took basic basketball and nobody could ever stop him. Like people now have to use all these different moves. Like get the shot off. They give you a ball fake, a jab fake, and that's it. He's either dunking on you at that point or he's shooting over you. It was just so easy. It was so easy. He did it in so little time. when it averaged 20 at age 40.
Counter argument.
I mean, I think if you were building a basketball player, LeBron covers every aspect of the game: offense, defense, passing, shooting, dribbling, back to the basket, front, face to the basket. I think his skill set he takes Jordan on a few of those categories, and LeBron's been kind of doing it for, this is LeBron's 20th season. MJ only played like 13 seasons, 14 seasons. I think, LeBron now doing it for 7, it will be 8, 9, 10 more seasons. I think the longevity of LeBron's career is just like massively impressive. Now, again, like this is like, I think I said this last time. I think for this like debate, it's MJ and LeBron and then everybody else. Like, I feel like that's the conversation. Like, I don't think, like, I couldn't be like, you can convince me of Jordan being the best, of course. Like, The Last Dance, that was the best thing ever. MJ's like his attitude, his, the way he looked at life and the game. So I think it's like, I think LeBron might be a better actual basketball player, saying, hey, if you're building the perfect basketball player. But LeBron's, but MJ has a saying named after him. Sam, that I'm the Michael Jordan of juggling. You know what I mean? Like, that's all. He's culturally, MJ's cultural impact is everything too. So I don't know. Maybe that's the easy way out. But that's kind of what I say about LeBron's the GOAT. But I think it's these two and everybody else.
Okay. I mean, Pete, you think that LeBron checks off more boxes in the skills category, and Kev obviously thinks that ball fake, jab step, turnaround J, simple, 30 points per game, career scorer. It's two solid arguments.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. All right. But let me just say this. So, Kev, I'm assuming you're still sticking to your opinion. All right, yeah. Pete, you're still sticking to yours?
Sure.
Okay. Well, it's tough. I don't know. Let me say this. Do you think it's the longer LeBron plays, he's bound to get more accolades and stats? Kev, do you think eventually, say for example, he overcomes Kareem in scoring? Do you think that will change your argument or opinion? You said, nah, okay.
What season did you pass Michael Jordan? Wasn't like a couple years ago? Or like maybe like a year before he passed Kobe?
Mm.
And what it ended like 13 years?
Good point.
Yeah, he was a scorer for sure. It's crazy.
Like imagine if Michael Jordan played 20 seasons.
It'd be crazy.
True.
Like anybody who plays long enough is going to have those kind of accolades. Like it's the same way like at a 3-point. Like that's now going to be weird because it's just a 3-point game. So now there's going to be all kind of names that's up there in that top 10 list.
Like scoring.
Yeah, like scoring.
Yeah.
So, I mean, LeBron he can be the all-time leader in everything. But that just shows like the type of superhuman that he is. I don't think that necessarily means he's the best basketball player.
That's fair.
Yeah. So for you, it's nothing about anything you do stats wise. But what about chip wise? That would not do anything for you either, right?
I don't think it comes down to that either. It's
just overall.
Just a bottom line, like this guy had the simplest game and did the most with it. And was just absolutely dominant. Like, was there ever a time in Michael Jordan's career where they were gonna give him something? Like LeBron's maybe argue, like some people argue LeBron's best years in Miami. People were giving him a 3-point jump shot and was packing the ring. Like I don't think anybody ever just gave Michael Jordan anything, and he's still top 5 in scoring.
That's true. That's a good point. That's a good point too. You know what?
Man. So you still sticking with LeBron, Pete?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, those are great points. I mean, MJ's.
I was trying to help you out, Pete.
No, those are great points. I think MJ's like his game is incredible, and I kind of just think about LeBron as like everything he does of rebounding and passing and his shooting has improved, and I just gotta take a side.
That's true. Zay.
What you mean, me?
Yeah, you got picked, man. You got picked with one or whatever.
I'm sticking with MJ, man. I've been MJ for the longest, and it's not to say that LeBron will go down as one of the greatest basketball players we've ever seen, like hands down. And I think when you think of just like what Pete said, like the way he's built and the way he's able to do what he's done for the amount of time he's done it, there's no one in that category, not even Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was a spectacular athlete, right? But LeBron is literally a superhuman. Like, the dude still is jumping 40 feet over the basket at age almost 40. I think what it comes down to is Jordan perfected his skill set and just stuck with it and dominated, right? LeBron always had that level of athleticism that no one could compare to. The work ethic that he puts in for his body is unmatched. But he had to like develop that, had to check a box. All right, let me learn, how to shoot. Let me learn how to face up. Let me develop my turnaround jumper. Because we already know if he just puts his head down, go to the basket, he's dunking on you. There's nothing you could do. But I think that Jordan just was able to like put his game in a pocket, take that, run with it, dominate, outdo everyone. And I look at it, Michael Jordan, best basketball player. LeBron, there's no other athlete in basketball the same. The only comparison I can make as far as like an athlete is Serena Williams, in my opinion, because of how they are built and what they've done for their entire careers. That's my outlook on it. I like LeBron a lot. Like, I appreciate him coming to Miami, helping D-Wade get those other 2 chips. But I'll pick from a basketball standpoint. I'm gonna go MJ still.
If LeBron would have quit on his team in a way where he's like, he's a smart man, like he knows like the team is good enough for that.
Yeah.
But as a fan, like watching him, I know when he's processing that. While I feel like Michael Jordan, didn't matter who was on the team, like we're going to go win this game no matter what. Like when AD got hurt against Phoenix, LeBron, it almost looked like LeBron wanted to just shut it down. I'm gonna go ahead and start resting for next season because I'm getting older. Jordan wasn't like that. Yeah. And then also Jordan played. How long did he in college? 3 years? 3 years?
Yeah.
3 years.
He's in college 3 years. So that's another 30 points per game for 3 years if he just came out of high school and went to the NBA. He would be even higher on the, like, it's just all.
Yeah.
Like if he played as one, he would outscore LeBron. But he is a scorer though. He is a scorer.
Yeah.
And he's not gonna have the rebounds or the assists or anything, but everybody like knows like when they come across the Bulls, better be ready because this guy, no matter how old is he, he's gonna hit you with these same moves that you've been scouting, and
nothing you can do about it.
it's gonna be consistent. Like one thing I do have to look up because I didn't see every Michael Jordan game on TV every Tuesday and Thursday night, but like, what were his bad shooting nights? Like, what did his bad shooting nights look like? Because like when LeBron has bad shooting nights, it's kind of like magnified. And people talk about it so much. So I want to know like how it was if like Jordan had the same type like social media around it, like Jordan is 5 for 25 tonight. Like, what is he doing?
I feel like in the Last Dance they showed a lot of like MJ's maybe like off the court stuff getting really magnified because of gambling and stuff. Like the media really hung onto that. Like the media was hanging on to a lot of MJ's off the court stuff. So I'm sure if there like it was more 24 hours media, like there would have been that one guy who was like, Michael Jordan's really overrated. I know he's won 3 rings, but now he's playing bit. Like there would have been that guy, that troll.
Yeah.
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 They are two guys that have elevated their franchise though. From like going, getting drafted and absolutely changing it.
True.
And I'm looking at other guys like Kevin Garnett, like he just could not get it done in Minnesota. Sure. Like Ray Allen just could not get it done in Seattle or Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Kobe did it. Even though he didn't necessarily change it. I mean, he had Shaq. He didn't do it alone. But like he did elevate it once Shaq left and they fell off, and then he still proved the point where he was like, I'm good enough to do this.
Yeah.
And even Kobe has a different mindset than kind of like how LeBron has. Like Kobe went out there and got 60 trying to win a game. Like LeBron doesn't have luck, and he's probably looking forward to breaking all these records too, as he's trying to take care of himself. So yeah, it's two different sides of it. Like I don't think Lakers gonna win a championship this year. So,
doesn't look that way.
So let's keep them at 29 points a game. Let's keep watching it and enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I think I can give his Zay's point to a degree. I think right now in society, I think we all agree that Michael Jordan is like the GOAT. I think the Last Dance really did change a lot of people's perspective though. It's amazing. I think that came out right around the right time because at the time we're in the early stages of the pandemic at that time. Nothing was really going on, no sports or anything. So everybody just had to watch The Last Dance if you love sports. And everybody watching it, all eyes were on Jordan. You see how great he is. And like, wow. Because I had a lot of respect for Jordan, for Michael, for MJ. It went up a lot after watching The Last Dance. So I think that really did alter some people's opinions about the GOAT debate as it is right now. But as long as LeBron keeps playing, I think the narrative will eventually shift. I think as society will then embrace him, especially if he breaks all his records. And we don't know, maybe he'll win more chips or something. I don't know. I think eventually there'll be more people that start to say LeBron's a GOAT than MJ's a GOAT. But I think right now, MJ's still GOAT. That's right now. And I think LeBron will still go down as like one of the greatest athletes ever in history. I think that's appropriate to say. But I think eventually, and I think Kev, you might admit it eventually too. Like if he goes on, and I think that's just a prediction based on like how it's going. Because I didn't think he'll have an MVP caliber season. although he's not in the running because the team trash right now. But like just to have those numbers right now at his age, I wasn't expecting that. Because honestly, he's playing some of the best he's played right now. So I don't know. But if he keeps doing that, I don't know. He could. I mean, the door open. I'm just that's all I'm saying. The door is open on the GOAT debate. Until then, once his career is over, we'll have to reassess it, see what he did. But I can't believe this man's still playing right now. Almost. How long has it been? Almost 20. Dang, this man's been playing a long time.
19th season. So
almost 20 years.
19 years at least.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But we'll see. I think that we should just honor both of these guys, regardless of who's number one, number two, whatever, because these dudes are awesome, like generational talents. And I feel like to a point, you're right, because the younger people look up to different people. So it's just a perspective thing, age thing. Well, we'll see. But we definitely thank you guys for coming on. Appreciate you for making the time and enjoyed the discussion. We'll have this episode out soon, and we just appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for everyone that's gonna watch and tune in.
Thanks for having me on again. A lot of good stuff we talked about.
Sure.
Yeah. Hopefully, maybe have you guys on again. Maybe around when the playoffs start. Maybe give some predictions. Maybe we had to see how the standings work out. But yeah, we appreciate y'all for sure. Yeah, thank y'all so much.
Done.
Man, but until next time, I've been your co-host Zay, the executive producer.
This is co-host Killer Guru signing off. Oh.